lectures. We in here, okay? We here, okay? So we're gonna wait till a couple people come in here and make sure the comments. I can see comments, all chat. I can see, okay. All right. So as always, your boy out here in nature. You know what I'm saying? Out here in nature. So I don't want to show my too much because we on live, but we chilling out here. All right. I just want I wasn't gonna come down here because I don't want the sun to like glare, but it is what it is. You know, but we here. You know, so today we're gonna be talking about the galactic history. Okay. I want to wait till people get in here, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're just gonna act like this is a video. We're gonna go in. All right. So galactic history. All right. So to some extent, y'all know. To some extent, y'all already know that we are divine beings having a human experience, spiritual beings having a human experience, right? Yo, what's up, Blur? What's up, man? What's up, bro? But yeah, y'all know we spiritual beings having a human experience, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about the galactic history. How do we get here? You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened before, you know, billions of years of history that we have here and on other planets. You know, we're gonna talk about that. What's up, Blur, man? I'm super excited for y'all. I'm super excited to like connect with y'all on lives, man. So if you know what I'm saying, you probably already subbed to the channel, but you already know hit this live, hit the button on the like button on the live, and we're gonna get this video out. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about galactic history and what happened in the beginning. All right, so we're gonna talk about this. All right, so in the beginning, there was Source. It was nobody else but Source. All right, there was no, nothing. It was just Source, right? So Source decided, okay, or not even Source, but the original founders, people that seeded life as we know it, because Source was just Source at first. Okay, so how they split life was, thank you for that, like, bro, I see that, I seen that. Thank you, I appreciate you. But they split off Source from Source. They split off the Mother God consciousness and the Father God consciousness. What are these things? These are, first off, there are galaxies. The Andromedan galaxy is the Mother God consciousness, and the Milky Way is the Father God consciousness. Okay, they basically separated both of them, which you know today as the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? So the founders that came from that splitting souls that was first created, the part of souls that started to create here. All right, so basically they wanted to see life like Source. They wanted to create like Source. Okay, they wanted to create exactly like Source and wanted to do their own things, right? So what they did was they was like, okay, so we're going to create a being. We're going to create like Earth. We're going to choose a star system, which they chose the constellation of Lyra, which I'm a Lyran starseed, but they chose the constellation of Lyra. Okay, Lyra was the first star system they seeded life in, any type of human life, any type of life like that. So Lyra was the first planet, the first constellation. All right. And what happened was there were multiple races. Okay, there were multiple races. First, you heard about the lion, the lion races. You know what I'm saying? The Elohim, the lion races. You talk about the blue avian bird looking people. They're ones. But the thing is, they had to evolve and create a physical body for them to incarnate on. Okay, so that's what they was trying to do. So after they seeded and seeded life on the planet and all that, you know, um, you know, the blue aliens had another planet, and they gifted Earth the birds, you know what I'm saying, and all that, and some of the people that chose to stay in ethereal form after God and Father and Mother God separated, they helped the people like incarnate, because when you incarnate back then it was a third dimensional reality. So when they incarnated, they lost all memory like us, because we're in a third dimensional Earth. Okay, but they started to remember. They started ascending out of 5D, and some of the ethereal beings started to incarnate to help and raise their vibration up to 5D and raise the planet to 5D consciousness, so they can remember their past ethereal lives and just past lives in general. Okay, so that's basically the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So after that, y'all already know about the Draco Wars. That's coming. But they lived in harmony. In the Lyran constellation, there was Vega. Vega had their own beings. They were blue skin beings, and it was beautiful. Basically the universe was in harmony. It was at peace before the Dracos came. Okay, so the whole reason why we're even here right now, and the Dracos even here, the Dracos came from another universe. Okay, the Dracos came from a separate universe from ours. All right, okay, and they came in, and they said, or at least I got that they was sent here by somebody else, because they not destroyed their universe, but they said they were like the problem child of that universe, right? Yeah, they was like the problem child of that universe. So they literally put them in this whole universe. So they was going around the universe and they found Lyra, right? They found Lyra. They went to Lyra and basically they just decimated the planet. Okay, there is no more Lyra. But I want to talk about this specifically because it's a separation of the Father God and the Mother God consciousness in the beginning. We're not really a separation, but a separation. You know what I'm saying? Because of the two galaxies. All right. So that's why people that come from Andromedans, or from Andromeda, who have an incarnate in Andromeda, are more sentient or more but White Butterfly talks about enlightenment. I seen that, but wow, it talks about enlightenment. I mean, thank God. It talks about freaking Andromeda is more of Mother God conscious, which is more about spiritual evolution. It's spiritually oriented, okay, and that's what's about, okay. The Andromeda is more about spiritually oriented beings, okay. That's how you have the Milky Way, how we are now, and this whole constitution right here is like the lower self of the Father God conscious that we're supposed to be at, basically. So they use this in Atlantis and Lemuria. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about this now, but I'll have this is the first episode of the lecture series. I'll talk about Atlantis, Lemuria, this in the entire history. All right, but we're just gonna talk about skim over little things that we're gonna talk about in future lectures. But basically, the Lyrans was destroyed. A lot of them died, but a lot of them moved on. Okay, so there were like a couple groups that chose to go in separate ways. Okay, so one of them chose to go the Pleiades route. This is how the Pleiades exist. They're descendants of the Lyrans that migrated to the Pleiades. They're descended. All basically most, if not every being in the universe was seeded off of the Lyrans. And not the Lyrans is not just the beings, the feline beings. They have white skin Lyrans. You know what I'm saying? They have different Lyran races. It's not just one, okay? But they seeded life in the Pleiades and other star systems. They are every being like the Pleiadians, the Syrians, and other beings. Um, they are literally the people from freaking I can't even speak of that. They are the descendants of the Lyrans. Let's say that they're the descendants of the Lyrans. Every being, the Pleiades, the Syrians, all these beings are descendants of the Lyrans. Because after Lyra was destroyed, they had to migrate because the Draconians said if you're gonna stay there, you're gonna die or you're gonna leave. They left. Okay, a lot of people went to Cygnus, which is like it's a constellation as like a dove or something like that. It's like a safe haven for beings to come and like just chill, rehabilitate and go through what they need to do. But Lyran specifically, I'm a Lyran starseed. A lot of us have a lot of trauma that we need to fix in this lifetime. A lot of shadow work, and we're gonna talk about that in a future lecture. But you know, so basically, what happens? The Lyrans and every being start to live in harmony. Okay, they create the Galactic Federation of Light or whatever you want to call it, but it was sometimes it's a federation of lights where they help fight against the Dracos and help bring beings into harmony and unity consciousness. Okay, the Orions is where some of the Draconians fled to. Not really fled, but they started to go to different places. Okay, so you talk about the Orion and Draco. Yes, Draco is in an Orion star system around that space, but Orion didn't have unity consciousness. So a lot of you on this live could have incarnated, what I'm saying, in Orion, to fix that. And that's why there's a lot of Orion souls here today, because they've already achieved unity consciousness. We're here to do that too today, to bring everyone together in unity and unity consciousness. And when we can do that, we can literally shift the planet's vibration and literally raise the planet into higher frequencies in higher dimensions. You know what I'm saying? This is possible, but it's a lot of things that happen. Like you can go talk about the Syrian mystery schools where a lot of starseeds like me went to learn, so we could be able to teach in this lifetime. It's a lot of things that went on, you know what I'm saying? But we could pretty much get past that, because the only important thing was about that was the Lyran Wars, okay? Which we had to keep downstepping our consciousness to lower realms, because the Dracos kept attacking lower realms of people that's not spiritually ready to fight back. Then see that you know what I'm saying? So they had to learn war. They had to Vegas that was in that constellation knew about war. They had weapons, and they specifically helped the Lyrans. But let's get to the Earth Project and what went on here, and we're gonna touch over that a little bit. But you know, you talk about this, okay? You talk about this, and it talks about they wanted to bring back and bring into balance the masculine and the feminine energies that work well in the Lyran constellation. They want what the whole game is about is integrating both of the masculine qualities, divine masculine and the divine feminine, into balance. When you bring it's like heaven on earth. That's what we're trying to achieve here. That's why you have to balance the feminine and masculine energies within you. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do that, you reach so much higher of enlightenment and peace within yourself. It's peaceful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what people are aiming for, and that's what the Galactic History is about. Because you could talk about the Sirius and all these other beings, but most of them, are descendants of the Lyrans. You know what I'm saying? The ones that came here and tried to others. You know what I'm saying? So the Earth Project was to do exactly that. That's why we get. Okay, we're back. All right. Yeah, so we back. So yeah, like I was saying, the mother god consciousness was more of Lemurian. Lemurian was more of a mother god consciousness, a more spiritually advanced, and really using their telepathic abilities, using their psychic abilities to manifest, to bring things to fruition. More of Atlantis was more of the father god, okay, conscious was more of like the technology, the more of protection, warlike. They're more technology advanced than Lumerians. Lumerians is more advanced, super advanced spiritually and mentally. Okay, so basically they want to create these two kingdoms to kind of balance the earth out and bring the earth into alignment with both of the masculine and the feminine energies. That's what the battle has been about, and the Dracos and other beings that's helping them has took advantage of the Father God conscious and literally destroyed that shit. The Atlanteans destroyed Lemurians, okay, and Atlantis was destroyed from within. Okay, so these Dracos and other beings incarnated in Atlantis to destroy the construct. And this is why when people fall into their divine masculine too much, which is more, I want to say the divine masculine is ego, but it could be that way. Okay, it could be that way because we're called to pull more and be more in tune with that divine feminine energies, that loving. Don't get me wrong, the chakras kind of represent different. The Father God consciousness and the Mother God. Think about it. You got the root chakra. Okay, the root chakra is more connected to earth, more grounded energies, okay, which is, I would say, more of a masculine energy. Okay, it could be, it's balanced, it could kind of be both, but I feel like it's more of a masculine energy, all right? You got the Sacral Chakra, that is all the way feminine energies because it's creative energies, okay? Solar plexus is a masculine energies because you're putting things to action. That's what the masculine does, put things to action, work, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. You go to the heart chakra, you already know the feminine energies. You tapping into that heart chakra, that love center, being able to love and cherish others. That is the divine feminine. You go to the throat, expressing yourself, action, your expression something. Anything that has to do with action, when it talks about the chakras, the throat chakra, more of a masculine, okay? Third eye is like it's like balance. You know what I'm saying? Third eye is like a more balance. But third eye is more like seeing through the illusion, okay? Okay, seeing through the illusion, seeing through the matrix, basically. That's what all it is. And that is a balance. I want to say that's more of a masculine. It's more of a balance you see into the dimensions, basically. That crown chakra is balanced too. The top two chakras, the third eye and the crown, are balanced in the energies. But you see how each chakra has, okay, this is the more divine feminine, this is more divine masculine. It's not saying that divine masculine is not in those energies. But understand that you use these energies more in a divine feminine way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. And and when we reach like a higher state of consciousness, we can start to tap within both. We could do both sides, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. And more about the galactic history, you have to understand that you are not, most of y'all are not human, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are from different star systems that incarnated here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have your team of light workers. You have starseeds. They could be light worker starseeds, you know what I'm saying? You have angels that incarnated here. You have dragons that incarnated here. You got fairies. You got all different these type of mystical, magical beings that exist here. This earth was magical before they came and destroyed this shit. How it is now, it was magical. Deep forest, all type of beings, fairies, dragons, gnomes, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It was actually magical. And it wasn't like a negative thing, but you have to understand that though there was only polarity. You know what I'm saying? There's only duality. Okay, and that's what they was trying to in Atlantis was shift the polarity to more of a negative polarity, and that's why Atlantis fell. You see, Egypt is literally the manifestation of both the masculine and the feminine energies, because Atlantis and Lemuria is separate, didn't work. So in Egypt, they tried to bring these two energies together and ground both masculine and feminine energies. That's why you see more spiritual things. You see more technology based. The pyramids are literally technology, higher frequency, higher dimensional technology. Okay, that they manifested with their minds. This shit wasn't built by hand. They made you think like it was slaves and they was pulling, nah, nigga, that shit was done by the mind, by thought. You know what I'm saying? People talk about thought and the Book of the Dead and what they talk about death and all that. Bro, don't get it mixed up, because you have to understand a lot of history about Egypt is all lies. You have to really like pick and choose what you believe. Because some people say, oh well, the Isis and Horus, all these beings wasn't real, but they're actually a story to tell you that could resonate with you, or they could be real people. I believe some of them were actually real. It depends. But everybody got their own belief. Take it where it resonates. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to get to you is that your history and your everything about you is galactic, bro. You have ancient DNA you haven't tapped into in thousands of years, bro. DNA that allows you to do all type of shit, travel dimensions, astral project, use psychobility, telekinesis. All this shit is real. They put this shit in the movies and act like this shit is fake. Like, nah, fam, this shit is real. You connect, do that. When you connect with yourself, these gifts start to come out. You have to embrace your gifts. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing I'm trying to tell y'all, and I don't want the video to be too long, this live to be too long, because we're talking about the Galactic History. I have other lives where I get into shit and how to level up. This is just telling me what happened, okay? It's telling you what happened. We're going to get into Atlantis and Lemuria. We're going to get into shadow work. We're going to get into integrating what you need to integrate to become a whole being. We're going to get into, all the shit. This is just part one. It's just video one of the playlist. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what it's all about, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into more of that. We're going to get into more in the future, man. And I hope you guys enjoyed this live. You know what I'm saying? I think I have anything else to tell y'all. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got to say for y'all, man. Video 2 or live stream 2 is probably going to be next week. So look out for that. Actually, next week, it's the exact same day, probably. I'm gonna schedule it for next week, so y'all will see it. All right. But like this time, I might change the time. Just be aware, okay? So if I say 2:35, just be like, okay, he might be a little bit later, maybe 3:00, 3:20, something like that. Just be aware, But if I go live, don't be missing out. You know what I'm saying? Like, hit the like button if you hear, hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, okay? So people can understand what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love y'all, man. I think I'm up out of here. I appreciate the help and just the support on the videos lately. I came from a different channel, so it's not gonna be 20 views, 30 views, 60 views every day. You know what I'm saying? But I love y'all, man. I'm out of here. Peace.